What's up, guys? Good morning. I wanted to do a quick follow-up. I actually already did a follow-up, ended up about 12 or 13 minutes long, and realized that they can only post 10 minutes or under. So I guess I'll do it again. I posted something inside the comments on that last video showing that the majority of the views on that last video were 41 seconds on an 8-minute video, 7.5-minute video. 41 seconds. There lies problem number one. Problem number one is you guys don't have the time, or you won't make the time to learn something new, to hear something that might change the way you see shit or the way you do shit. So I'm gonna give it one more shot and kind of give you an example of a couple of things I was talking about when I was talking about creating habits. I wake up every morning early, 4 o'clock, 4:30, sometimes 5:30, but I never set an alarm. I just wake up. Last time I set an alarm is maybe when I had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go somewhere with Luke or Ty, and it was important that I, didn't miss it. So just in case, I would set an alarm. But if I tell myself I got to wake up at a certain time, I typically am. Anyway, I wake up. First thing I do, I take my vitamins. I walk into the garage. I turn on the sauna. Okay. I go in the kitchen. I make breakfast. So there was a coyote walking next to me yesterday. I wanted to keep an eye out for him. He was thick and healthy. I make breakfast. I put on my jacket. I head out the front door and start walking. I walk before the sunset or the sunrise, but I walk until I see the sunrise every day, no matter what. It has been a very, very fulfilling thing for me for the past year and a half. And it's just, even when I was in Lee Summit training up at Glory, I would walk every morning and find that sunrise. And it's awesome. In Texas, we get some gorgeous, gorgeous sunrise. Some great sunsets, but we're not near, I don't think, like the sunrises. Anyway, I walk. I listen to podcasts, and I walk, plan my day. I go home. I hop in the sauna, sit in the sauna for 20 minutes, kind of do the same thing. I'll work out if it's one of the days I'm working out. But every day is a routine. And the routine is because I create a habit, or they might be the same thing, right? A habit and a routine might be the same thing. I guess a routine is easier to quit. A habit is something that, think of the bad habits you have. Think of the people who smoke, who drink, who do all the, things that are not good for you and don't quit. Is it because they don't want to, or is it because they can't, or because they don't have the willpower? Short story. When I was, most of you guys might have heard this on a podcast before, but I did coke 14, 15, 16 years old every single day. One day, so it had to be a habit, right? It wasn't fun after the first time. So I was walking by a gym one day, saw a guy inside lifting weights, walked up to the door. There was like a half door open, and he came over and talked to me 3 minutes and changed my life forever. From that point on, I had an ounce of cocaine in my pocket, and I was going to a girl's house. I don't remember to sell it or do it or what, but I walked away from the gym, threw it in the gutter, never did it again, bought a membership the next day, and the rest is history. It was that easy because I related it to something I wanted to do. I wanted to do what that guy was doing. He ended up being a high school wrestler, Sean Westover, who basically changed my life in 3 minutes on accident. Anyway, from that point on, I changed a bad habit, the worst habit you could possibly have, into something good. I was never a drinker. I drank, when I was married, I drank twice a year, my birthday, her birthday. And they were split apart 6 months. And when I turned 40, it's basically the same time my kids started training. And I never had another drink alcohol again. I think I had a margarita on the beach in Mexico when I was on my birthday, and I've never had another sip of alcohol again because, number one, I didn't like it in the first place. Number two, I did not want my kids growing up doing what I'm doing, right? They're gonna do what you do, and so like as a fighter, you know, fortunately for me, they decided to do what I do, but they looked up to me. And had I been someone that drank in front of my kids, you can't fucking expect your kids not to drink if you drink. You can't expect your kids not to smoke if you smoke. So you guys can get mad at me for saying that, but it's shitty. It's a shitty example to do and then try to tell your kids don't do it. Well, how are you gonna tell them not to do it when they watch you do it? Because I'm an adult? That's a shitty response to give to a kid who is a couple years from being an adult, right? So my thing was just don't do it in front of them, because now they do a lot of the things that I did in front of them. And so I wanted to make sure they didn't. And that was a habit, you know, it was a habit. Always on those 2 days every year I drank, bang, never did it again. Like Luke's camp starts in a week, this coming Sunday. And from that point on, 12 weeks of training, everything will be the exact same. We will go through a routine that we created for this camp, or for every camp. And from day 1 to day 90, we know what we're doing. We know what changes on what day, because it's a habit and a routine. It doesn't matter. We don't be like, hey, you want to go to jiu-jitsu today? You feel like going to jiu-jitsu today? It's not a fucking question that we ask. It's just time to go to jiu-jitsu, or it's time to go to boxing. It's time to eat this. It's time to eat that. Like, I guess that is a discipline that a lot of the motivational speakers talk about, but in order to create the discipline, you've got to make it a habit to make it easy. No one wants to do the hard stuff. No one wants to do the hard stuff. You know, there might be some psychos out there that are looking to do the hard stuff, you know, but most people are looking to make the hard stuff easy. And that is the way to do it, man. If you can make the hard stuff easy, it'll change everything. It'll change everything perspective-wise for you. If you can just change the hard stuff to easy. Looking at the views on my original video, everything was like 41-second views. There was 1,000 3-second views, but everyone's in the comments talking about, oh, you know, that's awesome. Oh man, that changed everything for me. Oh, I need to see that again today. Well, did you? Or are you one of the 3 seconds or the 41-second people? Because it was a 7.5-minute video. So don't be that person, you know. Pay attention to people who, if someone's doing something you want to do, figure out how the fuck they're doing it and then do it that way. And I'm trying to give you, and dude, I don't have a phenomenal life, you know. I enjoy my life. I am doing better now in multiple areas of my life than I ever have been, but it has never been easy for me. And so try to find someone that's doing something that you want to do and just do it, man, and figure out a reason why you want to do it. That's another thing, you know, I teach in a lot of my classes and things like that. What's your why? Why do you want to do it? My kids are my why, and nothing will change that. Nothing will change that. I will put myself in the most uncomfortable position in the world to make sure that my why is taken care of, right? If there is, I'll give you a stupid example. If there's one protein bar left and we wake up in the morning, it's not a question of whose bowl it goes on. I'm going to put it with his stuff, right? Because I will sacrifice because my why. And so, you know, again, before I run out of time, man, because we're already at what? 9:30. Just figure out a way to create good habits and stick to it. Watch a video for more than fucking 3 seconds if you want to figure out how to do something, even if it's somebody else's, but figure it out.